Greetings, Love Posse. Many people are hoping there's someone who can help us get back to where we were before Donald Trump. There's no one. There's no going back. There's only going forward. Before we begin, let me say this. What I'm about to share just doesn't apply to people in the United States. It applies to people in other countries who are experiencing government oppression. It applies to the collective and also the individual in your personal and professional lives. We have a fairy tale problem here in the United States. Why? Because we're inundated with Hollywood shoving down our throat these fairy tales. So, those movies, those relationship movies, romantic comedies, and people fall in love and it's passionate, and then they break up and they never forget each other and they think about each other. And then here comes this opportunity where they meet and they have a chance to get back together, and they do. And then someone says, I wonder if we can get back to where we were, to get back what we had. No, you can't. It's a fairy tale. It's in a movie. You can't get back. They can't get back to where they were and what they had. The other fairy tale in the United States. One, it's in the name of the country, united. We were never united. We're not united now. It's a fairy tale. We are not united. After everything that's happening, please stop pretending we're united. It's a fairy tale. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's a fairy tale. I'm saying also that detaching from reality doesn't change what it is. We love fairy tales, right? We grew up on fairy tales. They help us to cope. Our inner child loves fairy tales. Our inner child, when it's going through some kind of trauma or shock, it needs something to help cope. These fairy tales help us cope. But it's time we move through the fairy tale. See, it's a fairy tale. Get out of the mindset of make-believe that Hollywood has helped to cultivate. It's great. If you're watching a movie for entertainment or you're reading a book to your child. But now, with what's going on, we have to see that the United crap is a fairy tale, and that the notion, the idea, the hope of going back or someone helping us to get back to where we were is a fairy tale. Let me add this. This is not about negativity, me being negative. This is the truth. This is about seeing what is. We cannot create something new if you are wanting to go back. So I have two questions for you. Number one, why would you want to go back there? And two, what is so great about going back? What is so great about back there? This is why we can't go back. Everything is different now. You're different, I'm different, we're all different. People have said and done things that can't be taken back. None of what has happened can be taken back. Our lives are forever changed, altered, and affected by the mere shock of it all. Our relationships with each other, our government, politicians, and other countries are forever changed. Everything has been tainted. We cannot unlive and unexperience what we have lived and experienced. So there's no going back. There's only going forward. I'll offer some suggestions about what we can do. I want to tell you two things we can't do. We can't put Band-Aids on these wounds and think there's going to be some kind of deep, sustainable, true healing. Healing within is required. And we can't use the old template and tweak it here and there, thinking it's going to work. It has never worked, and it has never worked for everyone. Here's what we can do. I have a lot of suggestions, so I will read my list. What we can do and what we can start doing now. Some of this we're going to have to take steps and move towards. But here's the list. Have deep, meaningful, and honest conversations with each other in our communities. Be honest with ourselves. Go within and look at what role each of us has played in creating this collective nightmare. This is not about blaming or shaming. We each have played a role, whether you think or not. You have. You've been complicit in something, so you've played a role in creating this nightmare. Start over. Start over by creating a new constitution that reflects the country and values we want going forward. Get rid of our current government. Get rid of the two-party system and those establishment politicians and corporate-sponsored politicians. Get rid of corporations just dumping money into campaigns. So campaign financing by corporations. Actually form a democratic system that's inclusive of all voices, liberal, conservative, labor, socialist, etc. And I want to point out a true democratic system, because we all know, if we're honest, what the Democrats did, not having a primary and just selecting Kamala Harris to be the Democratic nominee, was not democratic. Term limits. We need term limits for politicians, for federal judges, all judges, state, and again federal, and for the Supreme Court justices. This is my idea. The president, a president, whoever's president can appoint federal and Supreme Court justices for one term. Whatever the people decide that term limit is. After that, the people vote. Every time the term ends, the people vote. No more lifetime appointments. So what do we do about our current Supreme Court? We drain the swamp. The people decide, the people vote. Who stays and who goes, and whoever we decide goes, then the president appoints, again with a term limit. We revamp policing, racially focused laws, class-focused laws, like our tax system. We revamp the healthcare system, revamp the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and the Department of Education and local education systems. These systems are Euro-Western centered. All people must be included, must be represented in the curriculum in our education system. We must tell the truth in our education system about our history. Stop dumbing down our history. Stop erasing people from our history through our education system. Stop controlling what students learn. If it's not physically harmful, keep your hands off. We are better when we're educated. We are better when people have some knowledge. Another thing that we can do: govern big pharma. No more immunity. No more of these ads on TV and social media and in between our movies on these social streaming platforms. No more of this. I'm sick and tired of these drug dealers and their advertisement. If people want to know what's out there, that's what doctors are for. Make housing affordable. Come up with some sustainable plans to help our homeless population. No more handouts to the ultra rich. Yes, no more handouts to the ultra rich. We talk about socialism. Remember 2008, the financial crisis here in the United States, and the government financed the rebuilding of these corporations. Not the small little guy, not the small business, but these ultra-rich corporations. That's the hypocrisy. That was socialism. That was corporate welfare. We must Stop it. Expand the medical system to include alternative healing options. And because of what has happened, we must offer therapy for people who have been traumatized, who need it for free. Here's another thing I want to say about hypocrisy in this country. We must stop it. I'll give you a perfect example. I was talking to a friend of mine and we were talking about AIPAC and all these politicians that are receiving millions, thousands and millions of dollars from AIPAC to forward their anti-Palestinian agenda. And we were talking about this, and I listed some Democrats who were receiving money from AIPAC, and his response was, how horrible. It's disgusting. But when I told him that I researched and found out that when Kamala Harris was a senator and when she ran for president, she received money from AIPAC. She has received over $5 million. And instead of him saying how horrible, how disgusting, he said, well, she couldn't get around it. Her husband's Jewish. He created an excuse for her. He tried to defend her. This is what I'm talking about when I say hypocrisy. You can't cherry pick. Hypocrisy is hypocrisy. Wrongdoing is wrongdoing, no matter who's doing it. So we must stop this. Love Posse, I told you the problem. I provided you with a list of solutions or steps that we can take to move forward. There's absolutely no going back. Hear me. There is no going back. There's only going forward. Thank you for your time. Peace and love to and for all sentient beings.